Today I have a special guest for you, Jermaine Dupri.
Hi,
He
how you
is
doing?
a rapper, a producer, and a songwriter, and he does a lot of things. I'm sure you all know him. So welcome
Thank you,
to
thank
our
you, thank
channel.
you.
Yes. So today we are going to be talking about plant-based foods and a vegan lifestyle. So you're going to educate us on it a little bit. So let's
Yes.
start. Okay, let's start with you telling us your journey to this lifestyle, and also how did you start it, and what does a vegan lifestyle mean?
Okay, so I started becoming vegan. Basically, I went on a fast where I fast for 25 days, and I didn't eat any food. It was just all liquid master cleanse. I had master cleanse for 25 days, no food. And at first, I couldn't imagine myself not eating at all, like not having food and being in a position where I was in that space. But I figured it out. I went through and I got through the 25 days. Once I got through the 25 days, I felt a certain way, and I was like, how do I continue to feel like this? What should I do, or what can I eat to continue to feel at least close to this? I knew that the food was gonna make me feel a little different because I hadn't eaten anything. So, but what could keep me closer? So I was just really on a quest to get as close to feeling the same as possible. And all the information that I got from people and chefs and all of that was just you have to become vegetarian or vegan. And I was like, no, vegetarians to me, they still eat cheese and they still do dairy and they still do all of this. I don't want that. I want to be clean. I want to feel the way I feel. And then people just told me to become vegan. So I just started trying vegan food, trying different places around town that I knew was vegan or vegetarian. And one thing led to the next and led to the next. And I just continued to keep doing it. And it's 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 a pretty interesting lifestyle because you learn so much education about eating and like the way that we think compared to like not having this education. So even if I wasn't full blown vegan, I would at least want to have this information to know.
Okay, it's funny how you started with fasting. In my home country,
Yes.
Ethiopia, there's the same thing. Like the Orthodox Christians, only they don't eat twice a week, Wednesdays and Fridays. They don't eat any meat, dairy products, and also a couple of months in a year they do not touch any animal products. And that's a religious thing, but I guess it's helping them. But talking about culture, let's talk about culture and veganism, specifically the Black culture. So there's soul food, there's barbecue, there's Sunday dinners. So it's a big part of the culture. And doesn't does veganism threaten the way of life that people are used to?
Um. Yeah. I mean, it's vegan soul food. Actually, I started eating at a place called Veggie Soul that's here in Atlanta. Basically, one in the West End and one in Ponce de Leon. It's a Muslim restaurant, and they actually the way they fix their food is all soul food, but it's barbecue cauliflower instead of barbecue ribs, and it's barbecue, and mac and cheese, and they have rice and gravy, and I mean everything that you would have at a regular Sunday dinner, but it's just cooked differently and it's cooked with a lot of love. The vegan way. So and I tell people all the time, if anything that you feel like you would subtract from your diet to try to become vegan, just like paint a picture and put the three things or three or four things that you really love, put it there on the board, and then go to a restaurant, find a vegan restaurant that serves the three or four things that you love, and taste the vegan versions and just see how much of a difference it is so you can understand. Because a lot of times it's just, salt, a lot of times it's butter, a lot of times it's the things that's in the food that is not good for us that we miss from the food. That's why a lot of people can't become vegan because a lot of vegan food feels bland to them. But it's 100% more healthier than whatever we've been eating. Especially for me, I've been eating. I was eating Waffle House for 10 years straight prior to becoming vegan. Just imagine, like, my body's probably like, thank God.
Yeah, and it sounds like it's becoming like a culture. We saw ASAP making a rap about it, Snoop Dogg, and then Beyonce and Jay-Z. So why now? Why do you think it's becoming more of a trend, especially in the hip hop industry?
Um, I think just people are realizing that the healthiness of it. I think people hear about like the COVID-19. It's a thing that attacks your body if you have illnesses prior, pre issues with your health. So I think people are starting to pay attention to it. You see a lot more juice shops where people are just like making juices that you drink, like the pressed juices. You just see a lot more places that cater to you as an individual, making sure that you care a little bit more about your health. And you see a lot of people
Yeah.
saying health is
Uh,
wealth and all of that stuff.
yeah. Reports state that after COVID-19, people are more conscious about what they're consuming, and they're buying more fruits and vegetables. But the thing is, it shows that it's more expensive now, like more expensive than meat in this time to get fresh vegetables. So how did that happen?
I think that's a myth because if you take this is something that we talk about at the Beat. People say that becoming vegan is more expensive. If you meat out of your diet, you can save almost $25 a week by eating meat. Almost $20 a week.
Really?
So I don't know that it's more expensive. I don't believe that. You know what I mean? I don't know how much vegetables people are buying, but I don't believe it's more expensive. It can't possibly be. I mean, meat is definitely more expensive than vegetables. Steak
Okay.
anyway. Steak is
So
definitely more expensive than a vegetable.
So there's also a report that having more plant-based diet reduces cholesterol, lower cholesterol, increase energy, and there's a report I saw also says improve sex life. Is that true?
I mean, yeah, because you have a different energy. You have a lot more energy. I feel like men with erectile function problems. I feel like becoming vegan, it helps in that area. Um, I feel like
So there's
it's
a
a lot.
study there. There's a research done
Huh? You said
that
what now?
shows that.
You said, oh,
There's
it's
a
already
research
there.
done that
Yeah,
shows.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying for
Okay.
my own self. I'm saying for my own self, I
Okay.
believe that. But I know that it's been research done. I just feel like one of the things that's interesting about fasting. I'm gonna go back to the fasting. When I fast and I pee, for example, this is not too much information, but when I pee, it's completely white. It's clear, like no yellow, just clear. I don't know. So when I'm not fasting, it's not that color. So I'm always questioning myself, saying, when I have nothing in my body, this is the color of my urine, right? But when I start eating, then my urine changes colors. So what is wrong? What's going on here? Which one is right and which one is wrong? And I feel like that's the same thing that happens with veganism. You start seeing and feeling a certain type of way once you become a vegan that feels like this should be what life is. Like I said this during Thanksgiving last year. When you have Thanksgiving dinner, you shouldn't want to go to sleep after you eat. Food is
Mhm.
there to energize you. That's what food has always been. When I feel tired or I feel sluggish, I should want to eat to get my energy back up, not a Red Bull. You should want to do food. It's like let me go eat and get my energy back up, then I'll be right. But people feel like they eat, they go to sleep. If you eat and you go to sleep, then something's wrong.
Mhm. Yeah, makes sense. Arguments against vegan lifestyle are usually it's expensive. You kind of debunked it. You said you don't think so. And also, it does not taste good. And, black people and seasoning, so it does not taste good. And also, the main one for me is um, we can't access it more. Like, it's not in our neighborhood. In the Black and brown community, we have to commute, we have to drive really far for us to find those healthy options, those fresh vegetables and fruits. What do you say about that, and
That,
what can be done about it?
well, I would say, hopefully, I would think that that's not true as well. Um, like here in Atlanta, I know when everybody started the Black Lives Matter thing, well, not just started it, but when it started, it was like, you should, let's make sure we showcase Black restaurants and we showcase Black businesses, right? All of the great or better vegan restaurants in the city of Atlanta are all Black owned, and they're all in Black areas. They're all in areas that um, I probably wouldn't even go to if I wasn't vegan. I mean, they like really in the heart of a lot of these hoods, a lot like right in the heart of some of these areas that a lot of people wouldn't go to. So I, in my travels, I don't find that to be true. I don't find that the vegan restaurants are out of the way and they're somewhere in a different neighborhood. Most of the vegan restaurants are right in the heart of the community. People just are ignoring it and going to McDonald's and going to these other places. They're not paying attention to it. And a lot of these vegan places are small too. They're very, very small, quaint places, not restaurants. They just places where you can get food and leave. Not it's not a lot of restaurants that because like the business as of 2 years ago wasn't a big booming business, so it wasn't really healthy for a person to have a whole restaurant and not have it full. So a lot of these places are just like come in, order, leave, and you know what I mean type of place. But they're right in the hood, a majority of them.
So you believe it's an awareness thing, not necessarily availability.
Yeah. It's not available. That's another thing. Like when you become vegan, you have to be, you have to have this know in your mind, right? And this discipline about yourself. Understand that it's not going to be as as quick as McDonald's or quick as Waffle House or quick as one of these other places. You do have to. So McDonald's might be 2 minutes away. The vegan restaurant might be 5 minutes away. You know what I mean? So you have to just say, okay, I'm not gonna be able to get it like this immediately, but I'm gonna get there in like the next 2, 3 more minutes. There's 2 or 3 more minutes.
Okay. So what are you hoping the future looks like for veganism in Black America?
I hope that people just really pay attention to the education of it. You know what I mean? And we start hearing more people. We start hearing less people talk about high blood pressure and diabetes and all of that type of stuff. And we start hearing about people, living more healthier and what being healthy has done for them. Hearing people that had high blood pressure and diabetes and going vegan and how they life changed and how they in a much better space. I can't wait to hear a lot of those different stories. And it's really just an education. We Black people, we cook so well, and we can make things taste so good. So when you say, yeah, Black people love seasoning, just imagine if you take the time to understand that you can make macaroni and cheese the same way, but the vegan way is just without milk or it's without regular butter. And we have vegan butter, we have vegan cheese, we have almond milk, we have different things that you can use as a substitute. And if a person really just does their homework and studies and the way people, I don't cook, so I can't really tell you, but people that cook, that really get into cooking, I'm sure they can find a beautiful way to make soul food vegan, and it'll taste damn near better than what we used to.
Okay. Do you have any plans to open a vegan restaurant?
Yeah, I want to open a vegan restaurant, a chain of restaurants in airports, because I feel like that's a place where, and a space where it's forgotten and it's being overlooked. Like everybody that runs through the airport doesn't want that fast food that's in the food court. And only thing that they have in food courts now in airports is like Chinese food, and you can get, but it's still vegan. So I want to open up places that are inside the airport.
Okay. So any projects that you are working on right now to create that awareness, to increase awareness in the Black community?
Right now, no, I'm gonna launch this. Make sure that the Beet gets off to a start, and make sure that does become the number one resource for people that want to eat plant based. And that's that. Once we get to that point, then I'll move to the next.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about the Beet.
So the Beet is, like I said, is your number one resource for plant based. I have become the creative director here. I'm basically giving people veganism from a cool standpoint, and how you're supposed to move around the world, and what to answer a lot of the questions that you asked me about the prices, about the lifestyle, about the discipline, about places where you should eat, places where to go, so people to know that these places are not in not far out, and they're right there close to them. Just all of this information. So just a place, just a one-stop shop where you can get all the information you need about veganism.
Okay, so other than the health factors, does it help with looking youthful? Because you look very good, and also
Thank you.
your father, does he follow the same lifestyle? Because he looks very young as well.
Now my father, he's not vegan, but I think he started, eating a little bit healthier here and there. And like I said, I don't believe that anyone should be, you don't have to be full vegan. I don't push that on people. I feel like you can add veganism to your diet though. Like you were saying, Ethiopians do, one, two times a week where they fast, right? I feel like you can add veganism to your life, like two times a week, just eat vegan, and cut back on some of the meat, and it'll help you. It'll help you tremendously, definitely.
Yeah, so if you can give us tips for people, they need to take baby steps. They can't maybe jump into a full-blown vegan. So tell us like maybe the three superfoods that we can include to our food to get into that taste.
I would say make yourself familiar with a salad. Learn to like salads. I hated salads before I became vegan. Learn to like salad so that you understand that the VEG part of veganism is vegetable, right? It's about vegetables, and find, like, identify what vegetables you actually like. Like me, I never knew that I liked um, celery. I never knew that I liked um, it's a couple of vegetables that I was like, yeah, I don't want that, right? And I would see them bring it to my table, and I don't want that, I don't want that, and I never would even try it. Like even like cauliflower. I don't remember eating cauliflower before I became vegan. Now it's like a
Good.
necessity. I have to have cauliflower. But prior to that, I was like, I would eat broccoli, but not cauliflower. Like cauliflower, it just sounded wrong to me, and a lot of that, like I said, is just like, it's just education. Just educate yourself, and then like just try things too. You have to try things. You have to try, a lot of things I never tried before I was vegan, and you have to try them and just see, and you will find out that you like them. It's not as bad as people think.
Yeah. If you don't try it, you'll never know.
Yeah, you'll never know.
Yeah. So when you first started this, did people around you accepted it?
No, no, and you still have people like, that's the thing about the Jay-Z. I think people saw me say something about me and Jay-Z. Um, in the beginning, me and Jay-Z used to have a lot of conversations about my veganism, and I used to go to his restaurant 4040, and I'd be like, Jay, man, I need you to put something vegan on the menu. And he used to joke with me all the time, like, man, they eat no vegan. He's like, just have a hamburger. And it was like always like a, like back and forth joke. So when I saw him become vegan or try his veganism for 25 days, I was really like impressed, because I'm like, I told you. I tried to tell you about this. I told you. I was happy to see that that him and Beyonce had went in that direction. Yeah.
Yeah. And they will influence a lot of people.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
for sure.
totally. Yeah.
Yeah, even you with your testimony, you are going to speak to those, because people tend to think it's a rich people's thing or a white, but like that's what I usually hear. That's like a posh white, like it doesn't concern the Black community.
But
So
that
you being a voice,
yeah, and I also think that the different um uh different black races, like Ethiopians and Muslims and Um, not even and the Indians, not even just black Indian. Like Indian food is 50% vegan. You know, a lot of people don't know this. Like a lot of Indian food is already vegan. Like they cook the food. That's how they make their food, right? So it's just really just having the education. I think a lot of some of the Ethiopian food is already cooked vegan. You know, it's a lot of cooked in a vegan in with the vegan type of menu. Like I said, when I first started eating at Veggie Soul, the Muslims that was making the food, they was the ones that's telling me about this and giving me education. And they say that they learned their training in Africa, right? So it means that I just feel like the education of veganism is not as widespread to people as it should. And the more information that people get, the people will understand that it's not posh white, like you said. It's something that's really cultural. It's more cultural than it is than people actually.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was a really insightful conversation. If you can, I know we're running out of time, so if you can add anything, if you have to say something to our people, our audience is mainly black, so please tell us.
Yeah. I would just say, just make sure that you educate yourself, and go to the beat.com for more education. It's there. We're gonna add, every minute, every day, we're adding more and more. Just make sure that you join the beat, get on the website. I mean, get on the mailing list so you keep getting information. If this is something of interest, just keep checking it. Check us out. Go to Instagram too and go at the beat.
Okay, we'll put the link down below.
All right.
Thank you for
Thank
coming,
you.
and thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. I am Wongel
All
Zelalem. Stay safe. Bye.
right.